I think I need a new planner. Listen, Linda, you already have enough planners. You don't need another one. You're welcome. Well, of course you need a new planner. You don't need another planner. You already have enough. You have 4 planners already. What are you gonna do with a 5th one? What do you mean? There's always a good reason to buy a new planner. I mean, you could have a faith planner, you could have a fitness planner, a meal planner, a household planner, inside planner, an outside planner, and you could have a catch-all planner, a be-all planner, an end-all planner, a planner for your planner, a Patty planner, a Shaka planner, a Aretha planner, Gladys planner. I even got a planner for my ear cuffs. I'm gonna wear one on the left one day and one on the right one day, and then next. What should I do? Greetings, my friends and fellow Macs and Mavericks. It's that time again. And by that time, I mean spring release time in the planner community. So Happy Planner actually just dropped their big new release on February the 22nd. And that's kind of the main system that I've been using for a while. But a lot of other companies are going to be dropping some new things if they haven't already. And this video is actually inspired by another video from one of my favorite internet planners, Mary Ellen Houston over at Planning with Bumble. She has amazing content. She seems like she's a really sweet person. But she uses, like a lot of the bigger planner influencers, she uses a lot of planners. She does a lot of spreads for herself as well as her Patreons. And I have wondered, how in the heck do you keep up with all of that? And I see a lot of planners on Instagram. They'll have like a catch-all planner, a wellness planner, a journal planner. They'll have social media planner, work planner, planner spreads that they do for other people, etc., etc. Budget planner, household planner, fitness planner, a planner. And she addressed that in her video and kind of the need for people to keep up with unrealistic expectations. And she, to the point, did a video about why she was going to be stopping or discontinuing the use of one of the planners in her lineup this year. And so I figured it's time for us to do another planner chat. I want to talk about the reasons why and how you should use multiple planners and the reason why you should not use multiple planners. This is something that I have kind of struggled, I won't say struggled, but ebbed and flowed with over the years as I've really began to fine-tune my planning style. If you missed my planner lineup for the year, check out my video from earlier this year showing that I currently use 4 planners somewhat consistently. But here's why. Let's just jump in. The first reason why I use multiple planners is because I am a big time compartmentalizer. What had happened was I started my planner journey, or my official planner journey, in one big vertical happy planner. And at the time, let's see, this was 2017 maybe. At the time, I was single. I was working in corporate America, and I didn't have a terrible lot of responsibility. Then I started this blog. I had already started this blog, but I got serious about it in probably 2018. So I branched off and pulled that activity out of my planner. I was also in a band at the time and doing some things at church, but it wasn't enough going on in my life that I could justify having multiple planners. Fast forward to now, I am married. I am the first lady of a church. I'm somebody's bonus mom. I have my blog. I have this YouTube channel and so many other things that I'm like responsible for. Our household budget was always responsible for my own budget, but there's now somebody that I need to have some accountability with, that I need to be able to kind of work with, right? And it just began to outgrow the one catch-all planner that I had. So as areas of my life begin to grow beyond the point that they can fit in my catch-all planner, or where I can manage them amongst the chaos of everything else, I begin to pull them into their own separate space. So the number one reason I recommend using multiple planners is if it becomes less functional and harder to fish through the sea of things in your life to get to the important stuff. Pull it out into its own separate room, so to speak. If it gets to a point where a part of your life becomes 3 rows worth of information, or you find yourself in a situation, let's say you're a horizontal or a dashboard, and every single day it's more than a few lines in that day, and you're having trouble sticking other important stuff in your planner, then you may want to consider compartmentalizing and pulling that out. Also, on that same point, if your mental health requires it. For example, okay, I have worked from home. Let's see, I started working from home in 2014. We'll go back to my corporate days. So, yes, I had my home life and I had my work life. And Outlook has been kind of the standard thing that we've used at work to manage things. I could never, ever have fit my work stuff in my catch-all planner. Like, that's just not even a reasonable expectation. But even if I had, there would have been not enough distance between work and home. And for those of you that do work at home, I know it's very important to have some sort of boundaries. Like, for instance, if you have an office or an area where you can close the door at the end of the day, that's the best thing to help you separate work from home and kind of turn your brain off. So if you're finding that you have an area of your life, whether it be work, church, your children's activities, your household, whatever the case may be, your hobbies, and you need a separation between those areas, some sort of partition, pulling those areas out into their own planner may be the move for you, so that you're not constantly like tempted to look at that stuff, or you can just close your planner, push it to the side, and deal specifically with the matters at hand. So, number one, if you need to compartmentalize your life, then multiple planners might be a good idea for you. Number two, using different formats. So there are a lot of different planner formats out there on the market. Just a Happy Planner by itself, you got a vertical, you've got, I think they still have a horizontal. I just don't hear much about it anymore. But you've got a dashboard, you've got color block, hourly, and then other brands of planners have like priority views, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. The world is your oyster. Do what you like. I have found that certain formats work better for certain areas of my life. If you've seen my planner collection, I use a big vertical for my catch-all. I use a teacher planner for my household, but then I'm in a totally different plum paper planner that has its own layout, the ME layout, I think it is, for work. And I have a bullet journal for my wellness journey, just because I needed different styles or different building blocks or lack thereof for different areas of my life. So if you're finding that you have an area of your life that has outgrown your current planner and the format just isn't conducive to what you're trying to accomplish, then a different planner with a different style might be the move. And thirdly, this isn't really a reason, but this is a tip. If you're going to use a multiple planner system, what tends to happen to people in today's day is they get overwhelmed. You straight up get overwhelmed by the sheer number of planners that you have to actually update and work on and then actually look at. And that's when you start really falling off. You'll look up and you haven't touched a particular planner for a month or two or however long. And I think some of it, FOMO's not the word I'm necessarily thinking of. Some of it is just the environment, the things that we're exposed to. We see all our favorite planner influencers using 6 or 7 different planners every single week, and we want to do that spread and this spread and that spread over there and use these stickers over here, etc. And it becomes an unrealistic expectation for our lives. Now, I'm a big proponent just of, if you get in a rut or you get to be overwhelmed, especially for those of us who are functional planners, don't decorate. Just don't decorate. It's more important to write your stuff down and get it in your planner than it is to have a pretty spread with rainbows and unicorns, butterflies that particular week, and jump back in when you can. Where it pertains to having multiple planners, I would opine or give the tip, don't decorate them all. Take the pressure off of yourself to have 4 or 5 spreads. For instance, my catch-all planner is where I do my decorative spreads and, of course, my bullet journal. I don't even aspire really to decorate my plum planner for work. Can I decorate? Yes. And every blue moon, I'll stick a sticker or a quote or something in there. But that's not even like the main focus of that particular planner. My household planner, I decorate a little bit, but that's more so because I am modifying that planner from its intended purpose to what I'm trying to use it for. My bullet journal, of course, I'm decorating that, but I'm using it on a monthly basis and like touching it over the course of a week in between, right? So take the pressure off yourself. Maybe pick one or two of those planners that you might decorate consistently, and then the rest of them, just let them be functional. And even within the one that you do decorate, don't always feel pressured to decorate, and don't feel pressured to decorate every single spread. Yeah, most of the time I'm going to go ahead and decorate my weekly and my catch-all. If I get to my monthly, great. If I get to my currently, well, ain't that a miracle? But it's just, pick your priorities, pick your battles, do the best you can, and don't feel obligated to do them all big every single week or even down to the daily sheets. I can't. If you can, more power to you, but I can't. So those were 3 reasons and tips on using multiple planners and why you can and should. Let's talk about 3 important reasons why you shouldn't use multiple planners. Reason number one, we talked about compartmentalization. If your life does not need compartmentalization, you might not need multiple planners. If you've only got 2 or 3 things going on, or the things in your life aren't consistent enough to justify a whole new planner, then you're just kind of wasting a whole new planner. Let's say that you have like a sporting event that you attend once a month, okay? You're not going to pull out a whole new weekly planner just because I'm involved in this monthly activity. You just take that monthly activity and you put it in your regular planner. Now, if that starts to grow to twice a month or you have more responsibilities, then you might consider inserts. For those of us that use planners that are interchangeable, whether it be a binder or a disc bound, whatever the case may be, it may make more sense to get inserts for the times and the days that you have that particular activity. But if you don't have multiple things consistently going on at the same periodicity or time interval, then you might not need that extra planner. Reason number 2, you just want a new one. Let's address this in the frame of the spring release. Y'all, they get us every time. In the spring, they get us in the summer, they get us in the fall. Sometimes they even get us in the winter with brand new planners. If you have an 18-month planner and you are like 6 months into it, you might find, oh, I want another planner. Oh man, I wish I had waited. That's happened to me before. Or, man, that's just so pretty. Why buy a whole new 12 or 18-month planner because the cover or the dividers in the planner is pretty? By all means, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. I won't take anything from you. But in terms of justifying buying a new planner, that's not necessarily a functional reason. We'll say that. It's not a functional reason to do so. So If you're trying to save your coins, you're trying to simplify your life, don't go buy a new planner just because you want one. And if you do buy a new planner just because you want one, be honest with yourself. I didn't buy this planner because I needed it. I didn't buy this planner because the features would be helpful and an enhancement to my life. I bought them because I like the color, I like the disc, I like the dividers. I just want a new planner. Let's just keep it real. And third and last reason why you should not use multiple planners goes back to the whole theme. Everybody else is doing it. FOMO, y'all hear us talk about it a lot. Fear of missing out is very, very real, and it's prevalent in this community. You look around Instagram, you look around Facebook, you look at YouTube, and you see, well, this person has a catch-all planner. This person has a kids planner. This person has work planner, fitness planner, wellness planner, Bible journaling, etc., into their separate planners. I think I want to do the same thing. Or I think I want a reason to have 6 or 7 new spreads a week. And then you go and you buy that planner because so-and-so plans, so-and-so underscore plans is doing it. And it just doesn't bring you the same amount of peace that you thought you would have because you were living through their planner journey and not yours. So I personally, everyone else is doing it. Is usually not a good reason to make most decisions. Planners are no exception. The planner journey and planner peace, as we call it, that's a very personal thing for everybody. Because even on the creative side, your planner spreads are going to be a reflection of your personal style and your personal creativity. On the functional end, it has to be a reflection of your life and what you need to stay organized. What works for somebody else may not work for you. So just because you see everybody else using multiple planners doesn't mean that you should or that you have to. You have to do what works for you. And furthermore, we see on social media in general most people's representative. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, we see what people show us, what they choose to show us. We don't see that person struggling to do all 7, 8, 9 of those spreads a week. We don't see how many hours they put in the morning, or how early they get up and how late they go to bed trying to make that happen. We don't notice when some of their spreads are more functional than others. We just look at it and we admire the sheer creativity and how beautiful and how much work and time goes into it. So just be aware of that in your buying and in your planner journey in general. Again, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different and personal. So I always tell you all to do what you love what you do, and keep at it. And using multiple planners or single planners falls into that. Yeah. And if you use one planner, that doesn't make you less of a planner person than anybody else. It's not a reflection of who you are. It doesn't make you basic or simple. It just means that you're extraordinarily efficient with the one planner you have. So with that being said, y'all, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and tell me down in the comments whether you use one planner or multiple planners or multiple methods of planning, whether that be on paper or digital. Talk to me, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this particular topic. So, again, plan the way you love to plan, love the way you plan, and keep on doing what works for you. We'll talk on the next one, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.